Hey, how are you? Hashtag Health Wealth Life Day 95. I've started writing that down actually. Hold on, let me do my new little magic trick where, check the website. Can you read that? Boom. There we go. Well, that's weird. Back to front. I move the camera one way, it goes the other. Anyway, we'll give it a sec for people to join while I set this up. How are we? How are you? Number one in the room. Voila. All good. How are you? How's your day? What's going on? Rose, good to see you as always. Everyone's starting to pile in. We've got the, there's a new update on Facebook actually where you can flip the screen. So you don't have to write backwards. I was getting quite good at that actually. I was enjoying it. That's really good for the brain. Anyway, so Kate, good to see you. Talk to you again today. And hi Rose. What's your insight? What did you learn today? Did you have an insight? Did you have a wow moment? Did you pick something up new? Tell me, please share. Tired today. Lots happened. Bad night's sleep. Why is that, Rose? And what insight did you get? Maybe you got an insight from that tiredness. Maybe you found you got more energy from doing something. Share it. Please share. Pop it in the box below. And as you join, press invite. Press invite. It's around there somewhere. Press it. No, got pissed off at work. Jobs worths. That doesn't sound too positive. How can we snap that out? So I want to, maybe they've got something that I'm going to talk about today. Maybe that's what's going on with them today, Lee. Hi Kelly, welcome aboard. How are you? How was your day? Did you have any insights today? Anything that made you think, wow, that's a wow moment? What did I learn? So what's the next thing you want to learn? What's the things you want to pick up next? What do you want to focus on? What's going to improve your experiences in life? If your life is a series of experiences, how do we improve each one? What can you do? Just came back from the Ideal Home exhibition. So that's a good tired, no, Rose? You must have had fun. You must have seen some good stuff there. I've been to that a couple of times. It's cool. Really cool. Pick up any insights at the Ideal Home show? Any revolutionary stuff going on there? So the next thing I want to do, next thing I want to learn is how to deliver a one-day radical transformation workshop or a seminar to you if you want to come along. It'll be in London, and actually the next time I'm presenting is going to be the 22nd of April. So put that in your diary, 22nd of April, come down, check it out, bring a friend, invite. We're going to be delivering an amazing solution, and it's part of my, I would call it a 10-second solution because it takes 10 seconds of your day and it's going to do so much for you. But anyway, if you're interested in that, type interested in the box below. If you're watching live or as a recording, either way, type interested in the comment box and I'll get some information to you about that. It's happening on the 22nd of April. So that's what, 2.5, maybe 3 weeks away. Is that right? 3 weeks? Something like that. Anyway, so today, yesterday actually, just to touch on it because it kind of links into today, we talked about fear is learned. The 22nd is a Saturday. 22nd is a Saturday, Lee. It'll be Saturday morning. So there'll be a couple of hours on a Saturday morning, but it's going to be punchy. It's going to be worth seeing. So check it out. If you're interested, type interested. I'll keep you informed anyway, and then we can finalise everything closer to the time. So yesterday we talked about fear is learned because I shared the story with my son Link and how he dropped the holder of the tissue paper near his face, but no blinking, no flinch, no movie, just there was nothing there, and that made me realise that fear is learned. Be driving back from broadcasting. Okay, cool. Another time. Let's stay in touch. So fear is learned, and that made it clear to me. Okay, Rose, I'll keep you informed. Thank you. That made it very clear to me that fear is learned, and what else is learned? Because this is what leads us into today. What I want to talk about is the disease of me. What the hell does that mean? That sounds a bit severe, but it kind of is, right? So if we talk about the disease of me, what I mean is some people are limited by, there's ego, or there's a preconceived perception of themselves. So, for instance, I'm coaching a few people at the moment, and I can see they're amazing people, intelligent people, lovely people, but they're moving at a slower pace than what they could. They're just getting in their own way. And my mentors who coach and my coaches must look at me and think the same thing. And I realised that that must be true for all of us. We can't, when we're in the web, we can't really see all the stuff that's going on. That's why it's so important to have a mentor, to have someone who's a bit further down the path that we want to go down, just to say, right, do that, oh, don't worry about that bit. Because our brains can go off on a tangent. It's like creating a product or creating a website, creating a website with all bells and whistles and colours and not really knowing what the market wants. So you create it and no one really interacts with it. So, you know, how, if we're blocking ourselves, it's nice to be able to write forward actually. If you have a preconceived perception of yourself, is that a bit small? It's meant to say brain. Anyway, you can have a preconceived perception of yourself in your brain. And what that does is if we think, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at presenting. So I said to someone, hey, we could do a bit of presenting and you can get good. I'm not really good at presenting. And some people might not want to do that, which is absolutely fine. But I don't think it's, I'm not good at it. You can say, I've not done it, so I'm not really that good right now. But to have that stop you is not the ideal thing to be going on in your life. So that we need to be aware of those chains of thought, in my opinion. So if, for instance, you want to become good at something, but you're telling yourself, I'm not good at it, it's not the way to go. What we want is a positive forward projection of where we want to go. So we might not be good at it, but like I said, like I talk about all the time, we can be absolutely shit at something, absolutely crap, pardon my language, absolutely crap at something, and just by the sheer repetition and the consistency of doing it, we can get better and better and better and better. So, point being, the disease of me is, are we limited by our own perceptions of ourselves? So we were this way when we were in school, and nothing much has changed or grown. But is it real? Is that true still? And should we be limited by that? I've always been fat. That's one I hear quite a lot. I've always been fat. Okay, does that mean you always will be fat? Yeah, so it might be I had a crap education when I was in school. I really didn't listen. I played truant, blah, 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 bunked off. Well, you didn't get a good education, but that doesn't mean you'll always be uneducated. As soon as you start reading and focusing and educating yourself and working on yourself, then that's going to change, right? I know it's kind of a simple point, but I don't think we have enough conversation around this. We don't go deep enough in our everyday life. So that's the conversations I want to have around health, wealth, life, just to create some distinction so we can stack some solutions around this. So the disease of me is, thanks Roy, so if I say something that resonates or pops an idea or gets you thinking that's a good idea, good concept, that pops something up in your mind, then give me a thumbs up, give me a share, press the share button, sharing is caring. Let's get the message out to increase the conversation. Anything you write in the comment box, I will see, I will reply, I promise. So what we want to do is catch ourselves on where we're limiting ourselves. And the best way to do this is, first of all, to have a coach. So the coach can see where you're slowing yourself up, can see where you're making mistakes, and clearly make the alteration of how you're doing things, how you're approaching it, how you're looking at it. You know, what's the beauty of when you start reading a book, right? Because say you're reading a book about, say, leadership, John Maxwell book. He's written some amazing books on leadership, right? So he's talking about the concepts of leadership. You might be thinking, I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. I'm not get to the front. I don't present. I don't do all that stuff. I'm not a leader. So as you're reading John Maxwell's book, you're picking up all the concepts of his brain. You're borrowing his brain around leadership in that period of time. So that's, in a sense, he's being a mentor to you and slightly changing the mechanics in your brain and how you think about things. And that's the beauty of having a mentor or a coach. So the point being, where are you limiting yourself? That's the question I want to really ask you today in this conversation that we're having. Where are you limiting yourself? And if you're absolutely fine with every area of your life, amazing. Well done. You've achieved more than most people. Well done. I really congratulate you. And please share what you do to feel that way, to feel so satisfied and at peace with where you're at. if you don't feel that way, if you're not completely 100% satisfied with every area of your life, which is natural, then let's have a look at where maybe you'd like to improve. That's the point of all of this, and where we can stack a solution for this. Now, the solution for this, I think, is not something is one step we can take, which is to be aware of where we're limiting ourselves, which is our language in the most part, how we're talking to ourselves. So be aware of your self-language, how you're talking to yourself. But the biggest solution for this, in my opinion, is having a coach, or at least having a friend who is honest with you, or at least having a friend who is an accountability partner. There's actually some good websites on this now. Coach Me, I believe, is a website where you can log in and find an accountability partner. And Serge, how are you, mate? So these are some good things. We can use these technologies. So we can use Coach Me, or there's another one called, I think it's called Diet Bet, or Bet Diet, where you can put some money down. If you're driven by finance, for instance, and or maybe you're a bit cash strapped, but you really want to lose the weight, so you put a certain amount of figure down, like a amount that you think, oh, it's a bit painful, you know, maybe £100, maybe £500, maybe £1,000, maybe £10,000, whatever is a painful point for you. You stick that into an account. It leaves your account, it goes into an escrow, and you say, right, I'm going to send it to this person that I can't stand, you know, your worst enemy, or someone you don't like. Maybe it's a political party that you don't believe. So it really incentivizes you to stay on track, lose the weight. All good in the hood. Nice one, mate. So it really incentivizes you to stay on track and stay with your goal, because you know that your money that you're like about is going to go to someone that you dislike. So there's these little triggers that we can use. We can use a bit of reverse psychology and that negative, or we can use positive psychology, where we're actually catching ourselves. How do we talk to ourselves? Are we limiting ourselves in any way? And then project ourselves how we want to be. But first, when we do that, we need to set a goal of what you want to be like, right? So you, in the now, and then you in the future. Now, how do we get from there to there? And what we need to distinguish is what. What is this? Who are you in the future? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to grow into? And that's why I asked the question partly at the beginning, what's the next thing you want to learn? Because that's going to guide you, stepping stones. Once you learn that, you're going to be like, okay, got that, that's become automated. What's the next thing I want to learn? Automate, next thing I want to, and so on. You get better and better and enjoy more and more, and life becomes richer and richer because you're doing things better and better all the time. All right, so most of the time, the brain kicks in here. So what we get is this blocking factor. So this is that's what I would call the disease of me. So how do we get from here to here and break through this disease of me? Now the first one we want to do is can you read that? It's conscious language. It's a bit like that one, isn't it? That's better. So conscious language. The next one is to have a coach. Or a friend, an accountability partner. Maybe a group like this. Maybe one that you can type into. Mayrose, how are you? How's your course going? Having a good day? I'm working on another Einstein masterpiece or something like that anyway. So it's coming together, this. So what we got is you now, where we want to be. Most of the time we have the disease of me kicking in, which I've coined it as a disease of me, which is an ego. So it can be ego limiting, ego or the limit. But how do we break this? We look at conscious language, how we're talking to ourselves. We need a coach and we need a friend to be accountable, or accountability partner. We can use other tools like tech, websites that lock us in where we commit. So, you know, we can use that, I think it's called Diet Bet, something like that. Anyway, I can find it if you're interested. Ask the question which one it is, or we can Google it. So, and you can lock it in using money. So another way that I did it in the past was I would say to someone, right, we're going to do a transformation. You're going to pay £1,000 up front, but I'm going to give you £500 back if you reach all your goals. It's another way to do it, right? But all I want to do, or the only question I want to get out there today is, are you limiting yourself? And is it a disease of me? Are you limiting yourself? That's all the question I want to pose out there today, and just get you thinking about that. Because can we get in our own way? So for instance, if I say, I want you to contact 20 people today, there's no reason why you couldn't contact 20 people. It's only you getting in your own way. It really is. You just you're talking to people. They're nice people, you know. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that's going to happen to you? Anyway, I hope the point's got home. If I made the point, give me a thumbs up, give me a share. Let's fly through this again. So here's you in now, here's you in the future. Your brain will usually get in the way with the disease of me. It's either an ego, it's limiting you, or we can use this ego to pull you forward, because you can have a really big projection of yourself. This is where I am, this is where I should be. I am a leader, I am bigger than what I am right now. We can use tech, we can use websites, we can use friends, so we tell them, hold us accountable for this, whatever the goal is. We get a coach, so we can have a coach online nowadays, something like this, or we can have a number of coaches by reading their books, watching their audio, blah, blah, blah. And we need to be conscious of our language. This is really important. Conscious of our language. All right, that's the simple ways to break the disease of me, which I put it in, where we're blocking ourselves, because I see it coming up a few times over the last few days when I'm working with a few people and myself, and it happens with me as well. I'm getting better at breaking it, and so will you. With a little bit of practice, we can get stronger and stronger, right? Same as anything. We can start crap, build ourselves up, stack in a few solutions, and off we go. We will get better just by repetition. That's the beauty of being human. All right, amazing. That's it for today. If you're interested in the 10-second solution, 10 seconds of your day for, you know, £1.17p a day for 10 seconds of your day, lower body fat, better sleep, lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, lower your chances of diseases and diabetes, all the good stuff. 10 seconds, no brainer. If you're interested in that, type 10-second solution. 10-second solution if you're watching live, or if it's a recording. Okay, that's it, guys. Have a look at the website. Pop over there, take the free stuff on there. Want to get help? Want to get to start helping you as much as possible. Any questions? Pop them in there. Give me a share, give me a thumbs up before you leave, and invite someone to the party tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be earlier, be about 3:30. You're welcome, Rose. Hope you had an amazing day. Ideal Home Show. And we'll talk again tomorrow. Be about 3:30 tomorrow. It's always a bit earlier on a Thursday because I've got a meeting. Have an amazing rest of the day. Take great care of yourself and everyone around you. And remember, happy is a skill that you can learn. And this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Let's go get some health, wealth. Let's take the world with us. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.